Bill McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place with AI and a clever spin. Join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
Hey, welcome. And this is the show. Of course, I'm Bill McIntosh. I am your host. Today, we're going to be talking about how to use AI to build your business and get traffic to that business once you've set it up online. So we'll be talking exclusively about my very own PushButton.AI, which is a platform that does business building. It's an all-in-one platform that does everything you need to build and run a business. So we're going to be talking about that. Plus, we'll also be talking about Google's very own NotebookLM, one of my favorite tools to use for a bunch of things. It's actually really, really useful. It gets a lot of attention because people love to do AI podcasting with it, where you can make these little podcast voice episodes using the tool. But boy, does it have a lot of other usages. And today we're going to focus in on a couple of them that will help you create content and drive traffic. And as you might know, traffic, meaning visitors that come to your website, they're the lifeblood of a successful business. It's the energy that feeds a business, especially when it's a new business. And so we'll be focusing in on, there are two brand new tools that NotebookLM has released. They sneakily snuck in these new features that most people don't know about. So I want to show them off to you. And we'll be diving in with our very own producer, Nick, will be joining me in just a little bit on camera. And we're going to show you these new features and how you can use them to get traffic to your brand new online business. And that is the agenda for the show. So let's make sure, number one, that you're checked in, you're all set, and you're able to chat with me in the chat. We do have subscriber-only chat turned on. So if you're not able to chat in the chat panel, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel. So you'll see somewhere down there a red subscribe button. Click it. Make sure you tell Google you want the notification. So there's like a little bell. Click the bell and say notify. That should unlock the subscribers only chat and allow you to chat with us in there. So let's do this. Let's check in. Give me a big warm hello in the chat and let me know where in the world you are so I can kind of see where my audience is from around the world. So give me a big hello and let me know where in the world are you. Of course, I'm in sunny right now, Southern California, and been great here. But we have Terry in Reno. We have Jamie in New Jersey. We have Butch in Connecticut. Let's see, I saw Sydney. There's Maryland. Hello, Patrick. Hello, Drawlia. And then I got Daniel here with me in Southern California, our very own Daniel Cerrone in the chat over there. He's a marketing wizard in his own right. And we got Jim, we got SM, Barry in Australia, Harrisburg, Virginia, Naples, Florida, more Southern California neighbors. All right, fantastic. Well, I got the chat running over there, and thank you all for engaging in there. Got Utah, we got Pueblo, Mexico. All right. We got New Orleans, Utah, a lot of Americans. Where's my international crowd? We should have, I know we have some people in other places, but less than I expected. Where's my international friends? Are you out there? We got San Rafael, California, Canada. Okay. There's the first Canadian that I saw in the chat. Welcome, welcome. And yes, so this show we do every single Wednesday. And the purpose of it is for me to help you as an entrepreneur. So if you're not familiar with me, I've been building and growing businesses on the internet for well over 25 years. And over that time, we sailed past $100 million in revenue, and we've done quite well across all my different businesses. And some time ago, this is going back about 10 years ago, my first 15 years of my career, I was just out there making lots of money, creating internet businesses. And then about a little more than 10 years ago, I decided that I would like to help my fellow entrepreneurs. I had this moment where I was kind of doing some soul searching and trying to decide what was my purpose in life, right? What did I really want to do in terms of making a big long-term impact? And what hit me is that I could take what I've learned, all the hard knocks that I've been through, all the lessons that I have, accumulated over all these years, and use that to help my fellow entrepreneur, which means you. So if you'd like more content like that, definitely you want to subscribe to the channel. And I want to remind you, during today's broadcast, if you get some value out of hanging out with me, you learn something new, you get something that's useful, do me a favor and smash that like button. And if you're just having a good time right now, smash it. Hit that like button. It does help the YouTube algorithm, helps us get the word out about the channel. So I appreciate that. And definitely engage in the chat. That's going to be a very important part of today's show. So on that note, I think we're going to dive into the episodes, which, by the way, I do want to find out if we have anybody here who is, maybe this is your first time. Any first timers here at the show? Say first timer in the chat if this is your first time on our Wednesday YouTube broadcast. Pop into the chat and say first timer if that's you. And then producer Nick, are you out there?
I am.
Can you read off my first timers out there for me? Who's a first timer? Instead of having me lean over and read the chat over on, I got way too many monitors here, but who we have that's a first timer?
Yeah, we got a bunch. We got Nigel Harrison from the UK. We got Stephen Smith. He's a first timer. Lynn Ba, Shinti Thomas, Omega Flow Inspiration, first timer. Minor Vargas, Butch Hoyne, Eddie Cleveland, Clarissa, Jesse, another Bill, Charles. Oh my God, that was a bunch of you guys. Todd, Tanya, Stephanie, Thomas, Janelle, Billy, Realtors Limited, James. Yeah, there's a ton of first timers here today.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear all of you here who are first timers. I'm going to be helping you out quite a lot. And then you can come back. I'm here every single Wednesday. And then on the channel here, we do release other video trainings. So usually once, sometimes twice a week, we'll release another lesson that teaches some very specific skill or new technology or new release that will help you build your internet business. And today we're going to be focusing in on two really powerful tools. One of them is my very own tool. So we're going to be talking about PushButton.AI in just a couple of minutes. First, before we do that, I do want to focus in on some new releases from Google. So first, we're going to talk about Google and their NotebookLM product. We're going to talk about how you can use it to help get you traffic and do some other cool things. And then after we do that quick segment, we're going to jump in and talk all about PushButton.AI, because I have a feeling that a lot of the audience here is here right now because they want to hear all about our brand new release of how we built in AI agents into our PushButton system. So what PushButton.AI does, just to tease everybody a little bit here, if you're not familiar with it, it builds businesses. So it can create an entire business. So it can build your website, help you register your domain name, set up your hosting, write all of your content. It can even create products for you, create videos, create audios. It does your blogging for you to help you get traffic and a bunch of other things. So that is what PushButton.AI is and what it does. It is especially valuable to two kinds of people. First, if you're starting a brand new business or you want to, maybe you don't yet have your first business online. Well, in a snap, at the push of a button, it can actually launch a brand new business for you, which is a bold claim. So I expect you to be skeptical. So I'm going to show you so you can see with your own eyes. We'll do it together. I'll be doing some demos. I'll show you some examples of how it works. And then second, if you already have a business and you want to get more traffic, you want to get more leads and more sales, it's also a lead generation and traffic generation machine. So we'll be talking about that for both groups of you, whether you're new or whether you're wanting to just improve your existing business. So that's our agenda for today. So step one, we're going to dive into NotebookLM. And I think for that, I'm going to record. We're recording this, by the way. So this segment, the next segment I'm doing, we're recording it. It's going to go to my content team. They're going to edit it down and turn it into courses and social media posts and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read what's called our hook, which is the introduction to the content. Then I'm going to bring in producer Nick, who's going to do the segment with me. We'll be talking about NotebookLM. So Nick, you got your screen ready off to the side and all that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Then we shall begin. Let's see here. I'm looking, just making sure I got everything under control. I think we're good. Okay. So now if I can get my teleprompter to work. Come on. Come on, teleprompter. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Hopefully I can do this in one take. So if you hear me doing retakes and talking to my editor, I am live. I'm just trying to get this recorded in the can here. So here we go. You've got to hear about this new feature that Google just released inside NotebookLM. In fact, not just one, but 2 new features in this powerful AI tool. And there are people driving thousands of visitors to their sites right now using this powerful tool, again, released by Google, and it is powered under the hood by their Gemini AI system. Now, it's amazing at generating floods of traffic to your website. And if you know, traffic means money. In this video, I'm going to show you 2 brand new features that make it easier to flood your website with traffic than ever before. This is incredibly important, especially if you're launching a brand new online business. In fact, I'd say it can make or break your success if you're not set up to get traffic to your brand new business. So stick around to the end to get all the prompts we use, all the techniques that we're using to use NotebookLM that we use in-house to make this happen. Ready? Let's dive in. Okay, so there is my recording for the first segment. And now we are going to go talk about NotebookLM. And again, just a quick note for anybody who's here to talk about PushButton.AI. We're going to be talking about PushButton.AI in just a couple of minutes. So we're going to get to that. And I'm going to answer, I'll get a bunch of questions that were sent in to me to answer for everybody. And we're going to help everyone either get access to PushButton.AI if you don't have access yet, or we're going to help those of you who are customers answer your questions too. So we'll be getting to that in just a moment. So producer Nick, I'm going to bring you on camera.
All right. Hey, everyone.
Is this view best or this one?
Let's do this one.
This one?
Yep.
Oh, all right, cool. Okay, so here we go, cutting back to the content. So NotebookLM is incredibly powerful, and I have brought our channel's very own producer Nick to the screen here to help us out. Hey, Nick.
Hey.
And you're going to be doing a demo with us today, and we're going to dive in to show them step-by-step how to do this. Now, one of the things that they're going to need are some what are called prompts, which is the text, the questions you ask, the things you say to the AI. And we do have those available for everyone. When we drop this video training to the channel, we will be releasing a set of prompts that goes along with the video, including some training and step-by-step guides. So if you'd like that, it's completely free. All you have to do is become a subscriber to our weekly newsletter. And every Friday, producer Nick himself drops a new lesson teaching you strategies about starting, building, and growing online businesses. And all you need to do is head on over to PushButton.AI/subscribe to go join that list right now. And as soon as we drop this training, we'll also be emailing you the links to the prompts, to the how-to step-by-step guide, and everything you need to take action on today's lesson. So with that, Nick, let's talk about the release. So what are these new things that NotebookLM is doing?
Yeah, so for the first one that everyone's talking about, it's mind maps. So if you're familiar with NotebookLM, you give it sources, PDF files, links to websites, YouTube videos, and you can talk to the sources. And mind maps, it generates like a graphic going over all of the concepts covered in those sources. And a lot of people have talked about that. But what I haven't seen a lot of other people talk about is there's a new feature where it lets you discover sources. The way it used to work is you had to go out and collect the sources yourself and then bring them into NotebookLM to do stuff with them. Now, NotebookLM does it for you. You just tell it what topic you're looking to discuss.
And so it's kind of like the deep research features that you might see in, ChatGPT or even Google Gemini, but specifically made for NotebookLM.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like bringing in some of the deep research functionality into NotebookLM, which is NotebookLM. It was already super easy to make SEO content to drive a flood of traffic to your website, and it's just got even easier, which is kind of crazy.
All right, well then let's dive in. Let's show it off, and let's show exactly what they need to do to take advantage of this.
Yeah, let me pull my screen up. All right. Okay, so you're gonna go to notebooklm.google if you don't have an account.
Okay, here, hold on. We don't have it on the right screen. Here we go. There we go.
All right.
So
yeah,
so just restart from here.
Yeah, you're gonna go to notebooklm.google, and then you just need a Google account to use it. So you're gonna hit try NotebookLM, and you're going to set up what's called your notebook. The notebook is basically the container for all your sources. So you're gonna hit create new. And this is where you drop in your sources.
We're not seeing your screen. We still see the try NotebookLM screen.
Oh, I just realized it opened up a new tab. Here, let me. I'll fix that. There we go. All right. So here's where it's going to ask you to put your sources in. You can give it YouTube videos, websites. You can copy and paste text. You can upload files from your computer. But here, if you see right here in the upper right corner, you can see discover sources. So let's go with the topic. What are you interested in? Let's go with the topic of growing strawberry plants for beginners.
Yeah, I like that.
So now it's going out, it's scraping the web, and it's trying to find the best sources. So this is a Reddit thread. Looks like a blog post.
And so all you got to do is uncheck the ones you don't like, leave the ones you do like. That's simple.
Yep. So we're going to hit import.
And then I want to take a moment here while it's doing this to clarify for everyone what NotebookLM is. It's like a giant notebook that gathers information from all these different sources and then helps you make stuff with it. Some of the things it can make are podcast episodes. It can help you make SEO articles and a bunch of other things. So we're going to dive in and show you how you use this to make traffic grabbing content for your website. And it's done. That was quick.
Yeah. All right. So I had a whole 9-step process. That's step 1, create your notebook and put your sources in. Step 2, I like to call it priming NotebookLM. And when I'm working with AI, what I like to do is I like to start out by telling it, you are going to act as X. We want it to make great blog posts for our website that drive traffic. So I'm telling it, I want it to act as an SEO guru. So I have a special prompt. I'm going to copy and paste it over. I want you to act as an SEO expert specializing in growing strawberry plants for beginners. It's a big, long prompt, and that's all I'm telling you. I'm telling you to act as an SEO expert who's going to talk about strawberries. There we go. Yes, I understand. It's going to act as an SEO expert that knows everything about strawberry plants. So for
one thing I want to point out here too is something that is really subtle that many people might overlook when it comes to the content that is going to be made here. So this is powered by Google. It's powered by Google's AI called Gemini. And what is Google known for? What are they mostly known for? They're a search engine, right? So think about this. When it's going out and finding those 10 sources for you, when Nick typed in about, growing strawberries for beginners, it used Google's very own search engine to go grab those sources. So what does that mean when it comes to trying to get traffic from Google? That means it's going to be analyzing only the best of the best content that is already ranking on page 1, which means intuitively it is going to learn what are the words and phrases that should be used in this content and in this article to score a page 1 ranking. And then on top of that, Gemini, which powers this whole thing, is really good at creating content that can be shared in social media. So you get like 2 birds with 1 stone, as they say, right? So you get great content that can be used in social media, but you're using the engine that powers Google to also use what it knows about ranking in the search engines to rank your article all at the same time. That's the beauty of making content this way. Okay, sorry to interrupt you, Nick. And by the way, I'll interrupt you one more time. I would like to know, everyone, what kinds of content would you like to make with this tool? So maybe you're in a particular niche market, or you want to cover a particular topic, or you want to start a particular kind of a business, or maybe you have no idea what kind you want. But let me know. Drop in the comments and let us know what kind of content do you plan to make using this tool. All right, back to you, Nick. Oh, you're muted, I think.
You're right. All right. So that was step 2. Step 3 would be uncover your audience's deepest problems, goals, and frustrations. So I have a specialized prompt for that I'm going to drag over. And we're just going to plug and play it with our topic. And our topic is growing strawberries for beginners. And I have it twice. I have the topic appear twice in the prompt. And we just let it go.
And a reminder that this prompt is available to everyone who subscribes. It's totally free. We'll give it to you. No strings attached. Well, 1 string. You have to subscribe. And you can go to PushButton.AI/subscribe to get your copy of these prompts.
All right, cool. So 100 unspoken fears, frustrations, and goals for beginner strawberry growers. So if you notice, it's each one of these is attached to a source.
So it's based on real world research. It's not just some sort of AI garbage that it made up out of its imagination. Each one is sourced to a real actual research.
Right.
So what's next?
Next is step 4, where we're going to come up with blog post titles. We're going to take the pain points, fears, frustrations, and goals that we just got, and then we're going to combine them to come up with blog post titles inspired by those urges, frustrations, goals. So what we're going to do is I have a prompt. I'm going to drag it over, combine the pain points, fears, frustrations, and goals to create 30 potential blog post ideas. Mixed formats.
Oh, great. So now you can pick and choose the ones you like the best.
Yes. So here's what we got. Will I ever get strawberries? Yeah. No more tiny berries. How to grow plump strawberries. Finding the perfect spot for your strawberries. Identifying and stopping pests. All right.
So what's next from this one?
So we're going to pick a blog post to work with. I'm just going to pick this top one. Will I ever get strawberries? Overcoming beginner fears. And what we're going to do next is we're going to take that blog post title and we're going to gather more sources. That's step 5. Gather more sources with. The reason we're doing this is because
Nick, I'm sorry, I muted you. I was trying to mute myself and I muted you. So go.
That's okay. So we're going to be gathering more sources. These sources are going to be niche. We want to do this because it enhances the quality of the blog posts that we're going to be making. When we did this in the beginning, it was very generalized. It was the general topic of growing strawberries. Now we want to get sources that are more niche based on the subtopics of our blog post. And we're going to do this with a prompt. I'm going to drag over And we're going to copy and paste our blog post title. We're going to go with this one. Will I ever get strawberries? Overcoming beginner fears. We're going to paste this here. Then it's going to come up with subtopics, and it's going to give us a prompt to put in to discover sources based on that subtopic. So one by one. I won't do all of them just for the purpose of brevity, but I'll put a few of them in there. I'll do the first 3 subtopics.
So one thing you'll notice here too is the way Nick is doing the prompting. He's not just going and asking for a one-shot, bland, generic article that the AI invents out of its imagination, which is what you'll often do if you go to a tool like ChatGPT or others, and if you do what a lot of people do, which is they'll just go in there and they'll say, hey, give me an article about how to grow strawberries. And they get a low quality, kind of usually a low word count, and often it's filled with what's called hallucination, which is when the AI is just making stuff up. Whereas here, what Nick is doing is a much more comprehensive method that is making a multi-part article based on research from Google itself, which makes this a much more powerful and useful article for your readers, right? That's the one thing. You don't want to just put up a bunch of slop and garbage that isn't going to be useful. This is going to create content that is useful, readable, and can get you ranked in Google all at the same time. So it's a lot different than using some of the other tools that you've seen out there. And then I have one tool that is even superior to this one, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes. So we can take what Nick is doing here to a whole other level, and we'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so what's next?
So once we do all that, look down here. We have 59 sources after going through, what was that? Step 5. So I feel like that's pretty comprehensive. You have 59, I'm assuming they're good sources, 59 relevant sources. We should be able to create a pretty high quality blog post based off of all this. So we're going to move on to step 6, which is to generate keywords. And I have a special prompt for using what are called LSI keywords. That's just a specialized SEO term.
Again, we'll give you all these prompts. Everyone who's an Ingeniosity subscriber will get them all for free. So I can imagine people trying to squint at the screen and quickly type the prompts. Don't worry about that. We'll give them to you.
All right. So these are the keywords we're going to ask it to later inject into our post for maximum SEO.
Yeah, and one thing I'll mention too, Nick used a phrase in there called LSI keywords. That stands for latent semantic indexing, which is a kind of an older AI machine learning strategy that helps you rank in the search engines. All right. It's something that not a lot of people know about or understand, but I'll try to overly simplify it for you. What are the words and phrases that Google will expect to be used in your article? So on top of your main keyword that you might be targeting, what are the other phrases that they would expect to see in a valuable article? And that's what LSI keywords are. So this actually helps make sure you get them.
Yeah. So once we're done with that, moving on to step 7, where we're going to generate an outline for the blog post we're going to write. And I have this prompt that I dragged over to generate the outline, and all you do is you plug in the title that you're going to use, and then you let it rip. So here's the outline it generated. I want to preface this. I noticed, so NotebookLM, they have a character limit for the prompts you give it. In the next prompt, we're going to be copying and pasting the outline back in. You might, because of the character limit, you might have to ask it to condense the outline. Let's see if you have to this time. But that's where we move on to step 8, which is to write your first draft. So we're going to take our title, plug it in here. Now we're going to copy and paste outline, paste it here. Yeah, see, we hit the character limit. So what I'm going to ask it to do, can you condense the outline so that it fits your
I wonder also, since it's in the same chat window, if you could just reference it, tell it to use the above outline. That might work.
You can. I have actually had not good luck doing that. I've had better luck when I copy and paste it back in. But I think this condensed version fits now.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, let's try this again. Yeah, this is very condensed. There we go. That fits.
And now we're going to get our article.
Oh, wow. I've never had that error before. The system was unable to answer. Here, let's try this again. Oh, wow. That's so interesting.
Type in please retry. Oops.
Oh, did that reset my entire chat when I refreshed? I was refreshing it.
Yeah, I think it resets your chat.
Really? Oh, man. Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Okay. Well, here's what we'll do, Nick. So, because we need to move on. So I'm going to, so for the live audience here, Google is having a moment, so that if even the software giants like Google have bugs, it makes, as I develop software tools, it makes me feel a little better, right? So, but anyway, so Google's having some bugs, but you can use that. At this point, what would have happened is it would have output an article that you could use in the search engines, and that would have been highly readable. In fact, Nick, what I'm going to do is I can record, I'll just quickly record something to wrap up this video training segment, and then you can stitch in the final version. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sounds good. I do have an earlier notebook where I got it to work for the live audience, where I could show them the final output I got.
Yeah, let's take a quick look and see what what a finished article would look like.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized it's probably won't load the earlier chat either.
Yeah, you actually have to save it. You actually have to save it to. There's like a little thing to save it as a note.
Okay. Well, in this case, all right. Maybe during Q&A, I can recreate the conversation when we get to AMA. For people sticking around, I'll show you what I came up with.
Okay, cool. Well, so real quick to wrap up the video, I also want to show the second brand new feature, which we may come back and do more training specifically on this on the channel. But let's do a quick overview of mind maps. So let's just use the window you've got open and just let's see what mind maps does to show the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so
and I think you might be having some connection issues as well.
Okay. Well, what it's going to do, it's going to look at all the sources. I gave it 99 sources. It's going to look at all those 99 sources, and it's going to look at all of the concepts that are discussed in those sources, and it's going to sort them and organize them for you in a little mind map. The way I would use this, if you're using this to to create content that drives traffic, I would use this to come up with a content strategy. I'd first give it all my sources. I think on the free plan, you can give it up to 50, and then on Pro, you can give it up to 200. But I'd give it all my sources. Then I'd use this mind map to look at all of the different subtopics I can come up with, and I would make a blog post for each subtopic. And if we expand this,
it continues to go even deeper. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, look at that. So if we were to open up each niche subtopic inside this mind map, look at how many blog post ideas that could potentially be.
Zoom out a little bit. Zoom out all the way. I want to just see this real quickly. Let's zoom out and take a look at the thing as a whole. Okay, that's pretty cool. So for research purposes and fully diving in and understanding a topic for content, but also just for your own wanting to learn something, it's incredibly valuable. Another way we could use these is to actually share them with our audiences. So if you have a website and maybe you made an article about strawberries, you can download this mind map and then you can share it with your audience. So Nick, click the little download thing at the top right.
All right.
Nope, did it do it in another tab or something?
I just realized I'm only sharing the tab, so let me share my whole screen. All right. So what you're going to do, it's this. You click this, and it creates a PNG for you of your mind map.
There you go. So with that file, you can upload that to your server or in different places, depending on what tools you're using. For example, if you've built a website with PushButton.AI, you could upload that to your website and share it with your users. As an example, you could use that as a potential lead magnet to get people to join your mailing list so that they can download that mind map and see it for themselves. So there you go. 2 ways to use it. One is brainstorming out and understanding a topic for writing content. 2 is for creating really cool mind maps that you can share with your audience to get them to subscribe or to give them extra value and give them better understanding as you're helping them with your topic and your business. So that is awesome. So then with that, Nick, I'm going to wrap things up here on this episode. One thing I do want to let everybody know. So thanks for all of your help today, Nick.
Of course.
And a reminder, if you want to download the prompts, the how-to guide, and the step-by-step instructions, no problems, totally free. Just go to PushButton.AI/subscribe to claim that. And I want to remind you that if you're getting value from this video, smash that thumbs up that you see down below the video there. Give us the likes. And particularly, I would like to know how you're going to be using this brand new feature. And if you've got any questions, I'll be hanging out in the comments to answer all your questions. Drop them down there. Let me know. Of course, I hope you subscribe and catch us on our next video. And on that note, thanks for tuning in. Bye for now. Okay, live audience, I'm not going anywhere. That was just for our recording. So live audience, we're going to be diving into our 2-click business building solution. We're going to dive into PushButton AI in just a moment. So I want to I'll let everybody know we'll be doing that. We are going to take a very quick commercial break, so don't go anywhere. And we're going to be diving in because PushButton AI is literally a push-button business building solution. It does everything from all the technical stuff that comes with building an internet business, like setting up hosting and registering domain names and installing things like WordPress, if you ever used WordPress to build a website, setting up your pages, writing your sales copy, writing your emails, making your images, making your logo, writing your blog posts, helping you get traffic, and so much more. It does all of those things. It's like a gigantic Swiss Army knife of business building tools. So we're going to dive into that. And I know many people have questions about the platform. So we're going to open it up to Q&A, and you guys can ask me anything in just a couple of moments. But before we do that, we're going to take a very quick commercial break. And let me find a demo ad. There's one right there. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. I will be back in 2 minutes to take all of your questions, and we're going to do demos, and we're going to show you how to use PushButton AI to build an entire business. Be right back. Those of you who are not yet a PushButton AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to PushButton.AI/demo, PushButton.AI/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with PushButton AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, It writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done. And all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, PushButton.AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video. And the only way to get in is by invite to our behind the scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our PushButton.AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to PushButton.AI/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, and hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business. All right. Let's see. So Nick did pop the link out there. I'll put that real quick. Pin that. There we go. So I'll pin that in the comments. So everybody, we are back for most of you. Some of you, we might be on an ad break. So for the audience, YouTube does its ad breaks at that same time. So some might be watching some YouTube ads, but everybody will be right back with us in just a moment. And what we're going to do now is talk about PushButton.AI. So I will give everybody a moment to get all buckled back in, and off we go. And of course, got to have my content power here with some caffeine. And so first up, I want to set the stage for this. So we just got done doing a big promotion and talking a lot about some brand new features that we've added to PushButton.AI. These brand new features are what are called AI agents. And AI agents are like independent little workers, kind of, that can help you build your business, is the simple way to put it. And we have now built that into PushButton.AI, and they've made business building even more powerful. And so in as little as 20 minutes, you can launch an entire business. And most of the heavy lifting is done by AI. You just have to click a couple of buttons, maybe fill out a form or two, and kick up your feet and let the AI do the rest. It's almost unbelievable. So I realize that this sounds very hypey when I say that. So what I want you to do is hang around, because I'm going to bring it up on screen. We're going to do some live demos, and you can see exactly how the system works. So we've released and opened up what's called our early access program. So right now, PushButton.AI is not available to the public, but we do have the early access program. We had opened it up and closed it. Actually, we closed it, I think, midnight 2 days ago. But today, I am going to reopen it for a very short time. I'm going to check with the team in 24, 48 hours, something like that. We're going to reopen this current promotion. So if any of you have been on the fence thinking about joining PushButton.AI, we are going to reopen it. We'll leave it available. I'm going to send out an announcement to my email list, but it will be, depending upon the interest, it'll be somewhere between 24 and 72 hours, something like that. We're going to reopen it as of right now. And so I want to do a quick recap of what an AI agent is and how that makes PushButton.AI so powerful. And then I'll show you some live demos so you can see for yourself. And with the live audience here now, I want to ask many of you, have you ever struggled with technology when it comes to getting a business up and running? Because I've been lucky enough to train a lot of people. We have hundreds of thousands of subscribers on our mailing list. I've helped millions of people over all these years. And we have thousands of paying customers who we actually help build their businesses. So I get this perspective of seeing a lot of entrepreneurs working on their business, and I get to help them. And one of the things that I notice is the tech stuff just blocks people, especially newer entrepreneurs or someone who doesn't have a technical background. Can you relate to that? Something sometimes as simple as registering and setting up a domain name. If you've never done it before and you don't understand how it all works, that alone can stop you from getting your business launched. Then you have to figure out hosting. So you need to have a place to put your website, which is what hosting is, where it sits on a server on the internet and it hosts your website. Then you got to figure out what's going to run your website. And there are tools like WordPress is my favorite. That's a site building tool. And then even WordPress. There are like hundreds and thousands of different plugins and themes and paid premium tools you have to now buy and install and configure and set up. And that's just to get the technical stuff set up. Then it's email marketing. How do you get that set up? So you can send promotional email messages. And the marketing hasn't even begun. So now you have to have a product and create a product and get started building your business. Have you ever been stuck in this phase of technical setup? Or maybe it's so daunting, so overwhelming that you haven't even started because it's so challenging thinking about that. In fact, often when I do these live sessions, I'll survey the audience and find out that many of the times people very interested in building a business, and half of them don't even have a website set up yet. And it's because of this. And here's one place. There's many places that PushButton.AI shines, but this is one place because the AI does these things for you. So instead of you having to learn how to do them or go hire experts that can be very costly or frustrating to deal with, instead, you just push a button and the AI, this team of agents will go out and do these things for you. Something as simple as registering a domain name for a seasoned veteran, an expert like me, or maybe some of the people watching now is easy. But for many people, it's not. So PushButton.AI will just do it for you. Then the hosting, then the installing of your website, your WordPress system that will host and run your website, your shopping cart, your themes, all your plugins, all that stuff. It just does it for you. Makes it simple, right? And then beyond that, the real power comes what happens after that. That's just to get started. After that, it can do the research. There's tons of research that you need to do to launch a brand new business. Well, there are special agents in the system that do that research. And then they write all of your copy. They can create courses for you that you can give away or sell. They can help you with affiliate marketing and a lot of other things. So they also write all your sales materials. So writing your email, 30-day email follow-up sequence, creating videos, creating audio lessons. If you want to sell courses, they'll make an audio book for you or a video version of your course. So the AI can do so much. It can even make your logos. So gone are the days of having to hire a designer. The AI will just do that for you. So this is what the power of PushButton.AI is. And so really quickly, I'm going to share my screen and talk about the power of agents, which are the new things that are built into PushButton.AI that we just released. And by the way, producer Nick and my team is keeping up with your questions. So if you have questions about PushButton.AI and all of those things, we're going to take those up in just a moment. So let me share my screen here. We'll go over here. There we go. Of course, it's on the wrong screen. There we go. And we'll go this way. So I don't know, producer Nick, if you want to pull yourself out. Cool. So with this new release in PushButton.AI, this is being given out to everyone who is an active PushButton.AI customer. As of this moment, if you have an active subscription and you're an active customer of PushButton.AI, you get this. Everything you're going to hear me talk about today will be given to you at no additional charge. Okay, that's my way of honoring all of our early access customers. And then for those of you who are just about to join us, you will get all of these things too. And there are many other future releases coming down the pipeline that you will continue to get. So here, we're going to talk about how agents can build your whole business. And let's get the right screen up. There we go. So AI agents, this is according to Jeff Bezos, the king of online retail, Amazon.com, founder of Amazon. AI agents will become our digital assistants. helping us navigate the complexities of the modern world. They will make our lives easier and more efficient. Sounds wonderful, right? But what the heck does that actually mean? And what is the difference between an AI agent, which is the buzzword these days, and other types of AI, or maybe the old AI that you're used to, like the way ChatGPT used to work when you just go and chat with ChatGPT? What is the difference between these things? So the old AI, which up until now most people are familiar with, you might go to a tool like ChatGPT, or you might go to Google Gemini, or there's Claude by a company called Anthropic. And then even there are lots of tools, Meta, Facebook, they have their own AI called Llama. There's lots of them. And it's a chatbot. And you would go to the chatbot and you could ask it questions. That's called prompting, when you go and ask the chatbot questions, which, by the way, I'm going to check in here. Let me check in with the chat. Who here is already using, even if you're just using it a little bit, who here is already using? And give me a yes or a no. Or a not yet, you should say. Yes or not yet. Are you currently using traditional AI tools like ChatGPT, like Google Gemini, Claude, whatever it might be? Who here is using that? Perplexity is another one. So give me a yes or a not yet. And if it's not yet, don't be embarrassed. Please answer, everyone, please answer that question. It will help me a lot as I continue our presentation here. So lots of yeses, but there are some not yets. So don't be shy. Any other not yets out there? I know we're here talking about business building, and maybe you're feeling a little embarrassed or a little shy that you're not using these yet. Don't worry about it. That's what this presentation is all about. So if it's a not yet, a few more not yets. Nigel says, yes, 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 all caps. These tools are amazing, okay? Couple more not yets. Okay, but most of you are using these tools, okay? Now here's what typically happens. You go to the tool, and I see so many people make this mistake. They'll go to the tool and they'll say, hey, write me a blog about how to grow strawberries at home. And it does it. It's pretty magical, pretty amazing, but it will do it, and it will write you an article. And you go read the article, and it's kind of bland, kind of not great. It almost sounds like, I don't know, a high school kid wrote that as an essay, right? It's kind of what it'll sound like if you just go to these tools and ask it to write you an article. And there are ways that are way more complex to create content and articles and sales materials. But when you just go to them and say, hey, write me this thing or do this thing, it's usually not great. Okay. It is amazing. Don't get me wrong, that we can, ask an AI to do these kinds of things. But the other thing you'll find is they'll often hallucinate, which means that they'll imagine stuff. They almost kind of make it up. So imagine, you have a high schooler who's writing an essay, and there's a fact that they kind of know, but they're not sure, and they just stick it in their essay, but it's not totally true, right? That's what AI will do. And so how do we fix this? And that is by using agents. And agents, as we go through this little presentation here, they act kind of like a team. So it's almost as if you have a team at your disposal. Each one of the members of your team is a separate AI, separate and independent, and highly trained on one specific task. So you might have an agent in charge of searching the internet to go do research. You might have another agent who is in charge of collecting all of that research and turning it into useful summaries. Then you might have another agent that is in charge of planning out and writing an outline for an article or a course or a sales letter or an email, right? And then another agent who writes it, and then another agent who edits it, and then finally one that would publish it for you. That's one example of a workflow where AI agents are collaborating together. It kind of works like this. You go right in and you ask your team for what you want, and they all are there. There they are. They're all there waiting to go to work for you. And they can do many, many different things. I gave you a very simple example of that, but these are what AI agents are. And we have built this functionality into PushButton.AI. And it is critical at this stage. There's the old way of using AI, like we talked about, going to ChatGPT or Google Gemini or these other tools, and they're great, but the world has kind of moved on, and the cutting edge of AI technology is light years ahead. And you can get amazing articles, amazing content, amazing sales letters when you use agents properly, okay? So we have built an army of agents. They're all inside PushButton.AI, and they're ready to go to work helping you make profit. And you've probably heard of some of these tools. Like these are some of the examples of old tools that everyone has been using to, chat with. And these tools are great. Personally, I use tools like ChatGPT for my own research. So I'll often chat with ChatGPT, ask it questions, like ask it like maybe there's a new word I come across and I don't fully understand it. Well, I'll ask it questions. Maybe there's a new subject I want to learn or a new concept. They're great for that. But when it comes to building a business, not so much. And by the way, you often hear me on my channel talking about so many different tools. There are so many AI tools. Do you feel overwhelmed by that? Right? Like there's a little infographic I pulled off the web, right? Every day there's a new tool. Every hour there is a new tool. And it can get super overwhelming, cause confusion, and that leads to inaction. So rather than jumping into AI and getting started building your business, you sort of sit there trying to digest all of this information and you kind of get stuck. Who can relate to that? Anybody here out there relate to that? Are you stuck in the overwhelm of it all? And, I'll take some blame for this. Every week I'm on the internet telling people about new AI tools. So it's kind of partially my fault, but I'm so excited about this that I like to show everyone what the cutting edge is. But many people are looking for a simpler solution. How about you? You want a simpler solution where you don't have to stay on top of all the latest tools, the latest techniques, the latest methods, the newest features, all this. It's like a fire hose of information blasting at your face. Because we all know that timing is really important. And I'm telling you right now, the timing is perfect to use AI to build a business. And I feel like it's one of these things where there's an open door, an open window that will close. When more and more and more of the world catch on to this is going to get more competitive and the door and window will close. But right now, in this moment, we have an opportunity where we can build a business, launch an income, and build something profitable, powerful, and meaningful using these tools before everyone else learns about this stuff. And that guy on the screen there, that is John Sculley III. He's the guy who made Apple a household name. Not Steve Jobs, his little business history lesson. That guy is the one who actually brought Apple to a multi-billion-dollar a year company. It was under his leadership is how that happened. So instead of juggling 10 or more different tools and platforms and having to subscribe and pay for all these different things, instead of the constant learning curves and new features and new stuff, instead of draining away your time and your focus and your energy, instead, I would recommend that you grab our platform, which is PushButton.AI, because then I can help make AI effortless for you, where you have one platform where you're totally in control. There's no confusion. You can literally put all of the AI hype on mute and ignore it because we'll keep up with it. We'll keep building new features into PushButton.AI and keep helping you build your business. So you get to access the best, latest AI power without all the headache and confusion. And then if you choose to do that, I would love to become your AI shepherd. So instead of you chasing shiny new tools, you can work with me and our team and let us navigate the complexity for you. We evaluate the newest strategies and techniques. We decide which ones are working the best from our research, and we build them into the PushButton.AI tool set so you don't have to worry about it. You just log in, follow our simple instructions, and you have a clear path to AI-powered profits. So that is our breakthrough. We have now released AI agents and integrated them into PushButton.AI. They're your all-in-one command center. They give you the simplicity that you're looking for, but they're powerful. They give you all of the power you need to build a business online. So you get to unleash your very own AI workforce, like you saw in that little video I played you. These AI agents that we build and give you become your digital team members. And in fact, when you use them to build a business, it is more than 75 hours of expert level human tasks. We measured it. So if you were to go hire a team, you'd have to hire a designer, a researcher, like a virtual assistant. You'd need a writer. You need all these team members. And for them to go do the stuff, it will take 75 or more hours to do. That doesn't even count you having to coordinate all of them or find them or hire them or pay them. 75 hours or more of expert level tasks done for you when you build a business in our platform. And it happens in as little as 20 minutes. While you wait, kick up your feet. It's automatic, the push of a button. So what I'd like to do right now is let you know we have opened up the early access program. So we've been celebrating the release of these AI agents recently. We had it open, we closed it, and I'm reopening it here right now. So Nick out there, can you pop the link in for, I think it's, let's see, which one is it? It is the Let Me In link. So we have a link for you. Who here is interested in that, by the way? Give me a yes in the chat if you are interested in taking part in this. So give me a big yes in the chat if you're interested in using PushButton.AI, or maybe you've been thinking about it and it's time. You decided, okay, I'm going to get off the fence and jump in and use the tool and get started. So, and there's a lot more that comes with it that I did not talk about today. We have our coaching where we have one-on-one coaches available to help you build, grow, and scale your business. There's a whole bunch of tools, extra bonuses, training, and all the stuff you need to support you as an online business. So my whole team will help you use the platform to build a business, grow it, and get it profitable. That's the whole point of this program. So, so I highly recommend you jump in there. And let's see if I can find that link. I'm going to pin that. There we go. So I have pinned that link in the chat. And so again, that is pushbutton.ai/letmein, all one word smashed at the end there. So that's pushbutton.ai/letmein, pushbutton.ai/letmein. So the sales and marketing and persuasion demands that I have to say that 3 times. So there you go. So that was the link for you 3 times. And here's a 4th, pushbutton.ai/letmein. And you go read all about it, learn about it. And then in addition to that, if you've never seen our PushButton AI system before, maybe you've never been on one of our webinars, you don't really understand all the extra stuff that comes with it, I would highly recommend you book a demo with my team, because our AI Agents Early Access Program is reopened as of right here, right now. It will be open for, I can guarantee, 24 hours. Beyond that, we might go 48 or 72, but we have like a day, maybe 3, that we're going to have it reopen, and I want you to be able to get access to that. So what you'll need to do is make sure that if you book a demo, make sure you talk to one of our agents in the next 3 days, okay? To do that, if you want a demo, you can go to pushbutton.ai/demo. It's where you can get that. And you'll have a live team member join you, and they'll actually do a demo with you interactively. They'll help you work with the system and do it on the screen together and walk through what is included in the offer, so you can decide if it's a right choice for you or if it's not a good fit. So that's how you do that. That's pushbutton.ai/demo as an option there. Also, I forgot about this. Let me just put this up on the screen 1 second. If you have questions about the PushButton AI offer and you'd like to speak to somebody, I dropped our link down below. So we have 877-787-1418. So you can call that number. That's 877-787-1418. And there's a lot of people on the webinar, so hopefully our agents can take the number of calls that come in. If it goes to voicemail, make sure you leave a voicemail. They'll call you right back. We do have several agents in the team working there right now, but with the number of people on the live stream, it might they may get busy. All right. So one of the other things I'll do, I can walk through a little bit more about what's included in the offer. We have some special bonuses and other things, but I think first I'd like to answer some questions. We had a bunch of people email me questions, and I know the audience is asking questions. So I think, Nick, I'd like to lean on you a little bit and see, is there any important questions about the PushButton AI system, questions about the offer, anything like that that you noticed in there? We can kind of knock those out first, and then I'll go to our email questions.
Yeah. Well, one person wanted to know the logo that it creates for you. Do you have copyright on that logo?
Well, it belongs to you, right? It's actually uniquely created for you. I can't really comment on the legality of copyright in AI. This is a weird gray area right now, but it is your logo. It does belong to you. So you need to, as far as, can you trademark it? Can you copyright it? You need to speak to a attorney about that. And you might need to modify it slightly, with some human modification to actually be able to claim it as a trademark. But it's a gray area, and I'm not equipped to answer it. I'm not an attorney. But what I can tell you is it is a unique, beautiful logo created for you and nobody else. So it does belong to you. It is your property. And there you go.
Cool. JC wants to know, are you going to show testimonials of the program?
Yeah, I can show some testimonials. I have another slide deck I'll have to dig out with some example testimonials, but we can do that a bit later. Yeah, I think we'll do some demos first. I'll make sure I finish answering questions. And then, if you guys want to see some example sites, if anybody wants to see some client sites, I've got some recent client sites I can show real quick. And then, of course, we have some testimonials I can show as well.
All right. And then Mark wants to know if you can add in your PushButton website on the blogs. He says, can you add an audio and video link into the blog?
You can. So when it builds a business for you, it creates an entire site, and it includes a blog where you can write articles. And we have this drag and drop, really easy to use editor where you can edit any page, change the color, the layout, the design. It's almost like using Microsoft Word. If you've ever just wrote a Word document, really simple to use, and you can put anything on those pages that you want, including audios and videos. In fact, if you get our special package, like we have this bonus package if you join our early access program, where we're going to include where my team and the AI systems will build you 12 video lessons, 12 audio lessons, and put them on your website for you. So we'll even do all of that for you. And we give you up to 10 packs. So that's up to 120 videos, up to 120 audios that we'll have our system do for you and automatically install on your site for you.
All right. Craig wants to know, will the new PushButton tools for creating video and audio content also be coming to Commission Engine?
Yes. So, and we have a couple of different products that they're all powered by PushButton AI. So if you have a tool that is a business builder powered by PushButton, so that could be Commission Engine, or any of our different varieties of PushButton, everyone who's an existing customer will get that. Yes.
All right.
And we have more features that we're releasing, by the way. So this whole thing we did with AI agents was an example of a new feature. We also have a new feature where we allow you to upload your own documents. So let's say you want to build a website giving away a course to get leads, but you want to base it on existing videos or existing blog posts or maybe an ebook that you have. You can do that. You can now upload these documents. You can now give us links as examples, and our AI agents will examine all of those, do a bunch of research about them, and then build courses based upon the links and materials that you provide. So that's another new feature that we rolled out, and everyone who is an existing customer gets that. So when you join today in our early access program, you will also get the future releases that we have coming down the pipeline, and there are many of them coming. So you'll get them all.
All right. And there are a few current PushButton users. They want to know if they have the agents or if they need to do something special to get the agents.
Yes, just to confirm that. Anyone who's an existing PushButton AI customer, you will get the agents. They are in your accounts right now. So they have been added to everyone who has it. If you're existing, right? If you canceled or whatever, that may not apply to you, but if you're active right now, you get all of these features.
All right. And then Nigel wants to know, do you have an AI agent taking calls?
PushButton.AI is not about doing phone calls, like having an AI voice bot. That's not, it's about building the business. So it's a little bit of a different tool. So we do not have voice calling built into this platform.
All right. Kristen wants to know, she says, where can I go to see if I'm still enrolled in PushButton.AI?
I would say you should reach out to support. That would be probably the best way to do it. And you can do that by firing up an email to help@pushbutton.ai. Help@pushbutton.ai. They can look up your account and give you a status of your account, and even help you recover your password or whatever else you might need.
All right. Brain Gem says, can I be an affiliate for your offer? I have a domain name that's ideal.
Yes, the offer is listed on ClickBank, so you can promote it from ClickBank. If you'd like to get on our announcement list, you can also go to the website. You'll see scroll to the bottom, you'll see an affiliates and partners link. Go over there and you can join the list to get more announcements about our affiliate program. But it is listed in the ClickBank marketplace.
Okay. Eddie wants to know, can it be used on a Mac computer?
Yes, it is a web app. So anything that has a browser that you can log into, it can be used on. Now, personally, I've never logged in from a phone. The user interface is not designed for a phone, but technically anything with a browser can get access to the tools and use it.
All right. And here's what Mark says. He says, how about for presentations and proposals, Bill?
So it does not do proposals, but it does do sales materials. So not exactly like PowerPoint presentations, but it will do sales letters. It'll do your sales emails. And if there's enough requests, maybe we can do PowerPoint. So if enough people want that, it would be relatively straightforward to do that.
All right. Stephanie says, what options are there to pay for the website?
So you get unlimited website building and hosting with the plans that you see. Again, you just go to pushbutton.ai/letmein to learn more. And it's again, pushbutton.ai/letmein. That's where you can get more information all about what's included and pricing and all that stuff. And then also if you have questions. So let's say you're trying to make payment arrangements or you need a little bit of time. Let's say, you can't get in today, maybe by Friday, maybe if you're getting paid or you're waiting for your tax money to come or whatever it might be, you can also call. So to take advantage of that, you're going to want to call the number I put down below so that you can call that number. Make sure you leave a message if you don't get through to an agent. And they're ones who can help you with special arrangements and things like that. Or even if you just have questions before you buy, you can reach out to them over there. And then the other option you have is to schedule a demo. So that's pushbutton.ai/demo to get a demo, and make sure you book it within the next 3 days so that you don't get left out of this early access special. Okay. What other questions?
So last question from Anna. She says, I have an existing account right now, but cannot seem to log in. Can somebody call me, please?
Yeah, make sure you email support, help@pushbutton.ai. I can't provide tech support while we're here live at the moment, but they'll be happy to help you out. So that's that's help@pushbutton.ai.
All right. Looks like that's it for questions.
All right, fantastic. Well, then let's do this. Let's get rid of this presentation, and I am going to replace it with a demo. So we're going to go over here, and I'm going to switch this out to there we go. So we'll switch this out, and I have another browser I'm going to bring up, which is here. So we're going to do some demos together. So I would like to know from our audience if you have any example niches, any niches that you might be interested in building a business around. So pop those into the chat. Let me get the chat panel reopened over here. So pop any niches that you might want to see me build this, okay? So here is the PushButton.AI dashboard. So there's me welcoming you. When you first log in, you'll see me there. And by the way, when you join, we're going to call you. So we're going to call you, we're going to email you, and you're going to get personal onboarding. So we're going to help you get logged in, make sure you get started right. You know exactly what to do next. That's part of our onboarding process. So once you join and you buy, we're going to reach out and set up your onboarding, get you started, get you access to the platform, and make sure that it's a good experience. And you'll notice there's a bunch of courses over here. So these are all different trainings about different money-making strategies. And one example of them here is if you're going to be building a course business, we have your getting started lessons. And you can go step by step, and it walks you through exactly what do you click, what do you need to do. It goes over all the features that get built into your business when you build a business in the platform, and it's all included step by step in the training, okay? Plus, there's also money-making training, like we have our AI Profits course, which is loaded with different strategies and tactics to make money and get traffic using AI. Plus, we got a bunch of bonuses that we give to everybody. As an example, we have what's called an AI niche coach. And what the coach does is it will help you decide what niche market to go into. So if you're not sure what your business should be about, the niche coach will walk you through and help you decide what your business should be. Also, we have a course called Traffic Generation Revealed, which goes in detail about all the different methods that you might want to use to get visitors to your website. So that is a bonus that you can go through if you think that would be helpful to you. But for the demo, let's dive in, and we're going to go here to the AI Course Builder. And so what this does, let me clear this out. I'm going to empty these all out and start from scratch, okay? And so what this tool does is it helps us research and uncover what we should build as what's called an info product business, which means you're going to make a course and then we're going to sell it. So that's what this is going to do. It's going to build you an entire course business, including the course, including your sales letters, your shopping cart, everything you need to build and sell a very valuable, very useful course. And so what I want to do, I'm going to go take a quick look at the chat, and we're going to pick some of the niche markets that you guys have put in there, and we'll do some examples of what kind of courses and businesses that you could create. So let's see here. I see bookkeeping, I see real estate, fine art education, microgreens. You know what? I'm going to take up real estate. So Anna put in real estate. So Anna, I am curious, is it real estate investing? Is it like a real estate agent who wants to get leads to their business? Give me a little more information besides real estate. And if I'll give you a moment. If not, I'm going to assume maybe it's real estate investing. So then that was from Anna. So we'll try that one. We can do more. So if those of you who are putting in your niches, I'll do some more demos in a minute. So don't worry, I'll come back. Okay, I don't see Anna answering, so I'm going to assume that Anna's talking about real estate investing. So let's say we want to target. So we're going to tell the AI who we want to target. Who do we want to help with our business? So here we might say women professionals looking for retirement options, okay? And subject, so that's who we might want to serve, who we might want to help with our business. And this could be something specific like that, or we could just make it very general. We could just say people nearing, what we'll say, professionals nearing retirement. So you could do something as simple as that. We could also type like men over 50, anything that describes the audience that you think you might want to help, okay? Then subject, we're going to say how to get started in real estate investing. Okay. Then here, this is our creativity dial. So by default, you just leave it this way. You can adjust it and play around with it once you've learned a little more about how it works. So you can dial up and down the creativity that the AI is going to do. And we're going to click fill form. Now what it's doing is it's actually doing market research right now. And you'll see down here, it is filled out. There are 10 what we call problems or goals that people might be having. So an example here is how to choose the right property. The benefit of that is that they'd have informed decisions and better investments. So we have a problem or a goal, and then the benefit that they might get when they achieve that. And it creates 10 pairs of these. So evaluating investment risks, building a strong network, finding reliable market data. These are all examples of problems that people might need to solve in order to become really good real estate investors. And then each one has the end benefit. Now, why do we want to look that up? This is incredible market research into the psychology of who we're going to be helping and how we're going to be helping them. This helps us make a perfect course that we can sell because it solves all the problems that they have. It fills all the gaps that they have. And it makes it useful and valuable to our audience. So it's done all the research. Now I can edit these. If I want to change one, I can just highlight it and change it to anything I want. So if I wanted to, I could just fill all those out manually, but I had the AI do it for me. Okay. Now, here's one of the new features that we've been talking about. You can actually attach files here. So let's say you've written an ebook, or maybe you have a book even, and you want to attach it and upload it here so that the AI will use it as research material. Maybe you've created blog posts. Well, here we can add URLs, including links to your blog posts. Or maybe there's a blog post that you really like that you wanted to use as research. You can just paste it in there. Or maybe, like what I do, is I'll take my YouTube videos and I put the links to my YouTube videos there. So you can use YouTube video links also. It will go to YouTube, extract the transcript from the video, and use it as research material for our next step. So here we're going to click save, and the next step will begin. Oh, I forgot to fill all of this out. Here we're going to go, okay, I forgot to choose my sales style. So you can choose the style, the voice that you want the AI to use in your sales materials. And then now we're going to click save. Now it's gone to work. And you can see here on the screen, you'll learn a little bit about what some of the agents are doing. So here is where the agents have now gone to work. There is a swarm, a team of all these different agents. There's researchers searching, like you can see right now, they're searching the search engines and doing research to pull back information. And then they're going to use all the research that they learn, plus whatever you uploaded and whatever links that you attached. And they're going to use that to now outline what would be the perfect course for our ideal audience that we could then sell to them and make profit. Now also realize you can use this process to generate leads as well. So it's doing all of this research. So you can see here, it's now compiling the research that it found, studying the research sources, reviewing the information, summarizing it, and it's passing it over to an editor agent. So now the editor agent is compiling and editing what's going to become our course outline. It's now planning out the master course. And what it's going to do now is we're going to see it just generated 12 lessons. This is a lesson outline. So we'll scroll down a little bit. So you can see here, this would be lesson 1, Introduction to Real Estate Investing for Retirement. And then here's what's going to be in that lesson. Here's the 8 points it would cover. Now I can edit any of these. So if I feel like I know better and I would rather it say something else, I can just go in here and change it. Any of these I can change and edit at this step. And you'll see that it is actually done a dozen lessons. So there's lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5, all the way down to lesson 12. Okay. And these are really, really good. I'll tell you, the work that the agents do is better than I could do. The amount of research, like just to outline this, that is 4 or 5 hours of work alone, just to do the research, collate the research, edit the research, write this outline, do like a lesson plan. It's a lot of work, and it's better than I could have done. So it's really, really good. And all we have to do to move on to the next step is click the build course button that you see there, okay? So the other thing I would like to do, so I guess, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and hit build course. And now it's generating my course. And here is where we would kick up our feet and just let the AI team, this swarm of agents has now gone to work actually creating that. And what they would create is not only our course, so we're going to get a course that is somewhere between 80 and as much as 120,000 words of content. And it's good. It is really good, really valuable, and helpful. On top of that, it's going to write our sales pages. It's going to write all kinds of the marketing materials that we need to run our business. And then on the next step, we can actually launch and build a business with this. So let's do this. Let's go into my demo account. I've got a bunch of courses I've built in here, but we're going to go in. I'm going to go and show you how you now turn this into a business. Okay, so we're going to go view courses. I'm just going to pick, here's a bunch of them that I've built in the past. So I am going to choose, I think I'll choose this one here. Let's see. Well, maybe this one. Learn AI to protect your career and expand your income. So this is a course that I am actually considering launching myself that I was playing around with earlier. So we're just going to click see that create a website. We're going to click that. Hopefully I'm logged into our site builder. Let's find out. We'll give it just a moment here to get me logged in. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I'm in my demo account. So I'm in an admin account. So it's being a little bit weird. But let's try that one more time. Yeah, I'm not in a normal customer account. I'm logged into an admin account. So it's behaving a little strangely. But here we go. All right. So now here's where it's going to help us find and register a domain name. So we can come over here. And we can say, hey, we're going to sell a course. The subject is already populated. And then I can hit submit. And it is now brainstorming out all of the different domain name ideas that we could use to register and create our web business. And there you go. It has a whole bunch of them. So now, I don't know about you, but have you ever struggled picking a good domain name? Sometimes it's a nightmare for me. Like, I'll try to come up with a domain name. I'll go to like GoDaddy or Namecheap or wherever, and I'll search it, and it's taken. Oh, it's taken. And it might take me a long time to fiddle around with those tools to find a good domain name. Ever had that problem? Well, here, it's going to do all that for us. So all we have to do, it's going to take all of these domain ideas, and it is going to check them for us to see if they're available. So we'll click the bulk domain lookup, and it'll go to the next step. And it is actually, so we can see here, it is actually looking them all up. So if you see these, the little green animations there, that means it's looking the domains up. You can see here, this is from a previous test I did. When they're available, you get that little blue link there. So, and this step takes just a minute. There we go. So we have AI Savvy Career. I like that one, actually. AI Savvy Career. We have Career Protection AI. We have AI and Career Security. We have Enhance Your Career with AI. We have, I like this one up here, AI Savvy Career. That's really good. So all I need to do now is click that. I'm not going to click it because it's going to start building a website. But all I would have to do is click that. And then what's going to happen is the team then goes to work building my website. And then all the stuff that you heard me talk about will get created. Your domain name gets registered. Your hosting gets set up. Your website gets installed. All the plugins and the themes and all that stuff gets taken care of. All done by the automations and the AI, and it launches your brand new business. So then all you have to do is then go log into that business, edit it, change it, improve it as you see fit, and you're in business. So I can show you some examples. So hopefully the customers won't get mad at me. I have a couple recent sites that were built by customers that I'd like to show you. Uh-oh, my connection is freaking out.
Oh, okay.
Am I still live?
You are. Yeah, you did freeze for a second. It looks like you're okay now.
Okay, great. And then I want to remind everybody, if you want access to this, along with all of the extra bonuses that we're including, make sure you go to PushButton.AI / is it let me in? I think that's it. Is that right, Nick?
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Interrupt your chewing there. So there you go. And then Nick, if you could pop that link. Oh, already did it. It's already in there. PushButton.AI / let me in is where you can get access to that. It comes along with a bunch of bonuses, including bonus, what we call marketing packs and video packs, bonus trainings. So if you want access to my traffic generation revealed course, we have an AI profits course. There's a lot of stuff that we're giving to you as a bonus, because the goal of this early access program is to help you succeed with your business. I'd like you to use our tools to actually build a business that you're happy with and that you're getting results from. In fact, one of the things that we do, you can read on the page, I'm doing what's called a risk reversal, okay? So here's what I will do. I want this to happen for you, and I'm willing to do everything. My whole team is available at your disposal to help you use our system to build a business and get results. And if you can't build a profitable business, I will give you 6 full months to use the system, get our help. That's the important part. You definitely, building a business is hard. AI makes it easier, but still, it is not easy to build a business, okay? So work with us. We will help you through the process. If you get stuck along the way, my team will help you. We have one-on-one coaching available. We have a lot of stuff available to help you. We'll jump on Zoom to do tech support with you. Whatever it is, we'll help you overcome your obstacles and get to building a business that's generating profit. And I'm going to give you 6 full months to use these tools to do that. And anytime, you don't have to wait 6 full months, but anytime during that 6-month process, if you hit a point where you've done everything we've said, you've used our help, you've used our tools, you've gone through our training, and it just isn't working out, like you're not building a profitable business, you do not have money coming in, you know what? I will remove all of the risk. You just let us know. Not only will I give you all your money back, I will give you $500 out of my pocket on top for giving it a try. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take your entire investment today. Everything you invest in the program today will be refunded to you in full, plus I'll put $500 on top for being willing to give it a try. So this is how I want to remove the risk, because I realize that this is not a cheap tool. So with the tools and the training and all of the coaching and all of that stuff is very valuable, and it has a valuable price tag on it. So I realize it can be a big decision to invest into this program. So I want to take all that risk away so that you're protected, that we're going to number one, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here to help you get through this. There are lots of tools where you can buy a tool or you buy a course, and then you're sort of dropped on your own and left to fend for yourself. This is a different experience. This is where my team and we are here. In fact, I will be here every Wednesday to keep helping you through this process. And my whole team and my team of coaches and my team of tech support and webmasters are all available to help you get through this. So this is a different experience compared to what you might get by buying another tool or buying some other course. We are here together, side by side, to get you to a point of success. The main reason I'm doing this is because I'm looking for testimonials. So we'll show some example testimonials in a little bit, but I want one from you. If you're not yet a customer, I'd love to have you be a customer of PushButton.AI. And then when you have success, every single success, right? If you find a great domain name and you've never had a website before and you get your website up, that's a success. Send it to me. Tell me all about it. Maybe you get your first customer ever. That's a success. Tell me about it. And then, of course, if you get big, giant successes and you're making lots of money, I would love to hear those too. But this whole program is to get people to the point of being successful so they can give me success stories so that I can use them in my marketing when we launch the whole product publicly. That's the whole point of this early access program. And in fact, I should have probably explained this earlier, that's a requirement in order to join our early access program. You must be willing to give me a testimonial. That is why we're letting people in early into the early access program. Okay, so then I think what I'll do next, we're going to do more demos. Oh, I promised to show some sites. So let me actually show some example sites, and then I will answer more questions. So here's an example of a demo site, Wellness Enhanced Life. Here is an example of a lesson. So that's down to the bottom. But here's an example lesson that was created by our AI agents. Something interesting that we did with this one is it's loaded with little ads, right? So they're all throughout, sprinkled all throughout the lesson are little ads promoting our other products and services, okay? But if we scroll down, you can see an example of what we might create for you. You're going to get these bonus packs where we're going to create video and audio versions of all of your lessons. Let me play one for you. Let me know if this is coming through. I'm going to hit play. I hope it's coming through the speakers. Let's see.
Welcome to your guide on natural health, longevity, and quality of life supplements. Discover the power of natural energy, boosts for a healthier, more vibrant life.
That come through? You hearing that, Nick?
Yeah, that came through.
Okay, great. All right. So that's an example of a voice. I'll show you more voices. There's a variation of different voices that we use for your AI voice. And then here, I'll fast forward a little bit in the course, and let's take a look at
visual purple in our eyes, which is essential for good vision. It can help prevent night blindness and dry eyes. Vitamin C, an antioxidant, can help fight age-related eye damage. Vitamin E protects the cells in our eyes from free radicals, which are...
So there's an example of some of the videos that the system can do for you when you join the early access program. So the other thing you're going to get is, of course, it creates a sales letter. So you can see here, here is a sales letter targeted right there for those over 50 and ready to take control of your health. You can see here some of the bullet points: boost your energy, invigorate your life, unlock enhanced focus and cognitive function, discover stress reduction techniques, not stress techniques, that would be bad, stress reduction techniques for greater emotional resilience. And, you can see here that it has written the copy so that people can then join the course. And then it also creates these are squeeze pages where people can join your mailing list. So here's an example. This was all created by the AI, all the copy written by the AI. Of course, you can click and then join the mailing list. By the way, a full suite of email marketing tools is also included in the sites that this system builds for you. So when it comes to building a list of subscribers and sending email messages to sell your products and services, that's all included as well. And it creates 30 days of emails for you automatically, okay? So there's another example. Let's see. I don't know if I'm logged in. Yeah, here, hold on one second. I got to log in off screen. 1 second. A lot of these sites I'm not logged into anymore. Hopefully they're all going to work. One moment, I'll show you examples of those emails. Why is that not? Excuse me, everybody. I did not log into these beforehand. So now I got to recover my password. That's annoying. Okay, so let's now. I don't want to give my passwords out to everybody, so let me try to do this off screen. And I think that worked. Here we go. So if I refresh, we should have the emails. There we go. So here's day 1 in the email sequence for this website. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and so on. So we have a full 30-day sequence already written for this website. So there's an example of that. We also create ads and some other things. Let me see if I can find, let's see, here is, I think this is a customer site. So this is an example here of a blog post. So when it comes to creating and writing blog posts, the system automatically does that for you. So as a traffic generation strategy, it will blog for you every single day. And then we teach you what to do with those. So there's a little strategy you'll use that will teach you what to do with these blog posts, and it helps you get traffic to your website on Autopilot. So pretty cool, right? That's a pretty extensive, very valuable article. You'll notice it's got images. These images were created by the AI and put in the article automatically. There's another image. Here's a relevant YouTube video that it embedded for them. Let's see, this is a lesson. I don't know if it's going to let us see it. Oh, there we go. It is. Here we go. So this is a lesson from one of our client sites. So you can see here that logo was AI created. There's the lesson. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this looks like.
Welcome to Investing for Beginners. Types of investments, asset classes. Congratulations on taking the first step towards becoming a savvy investor. Investing can seem daunting, but with the right mindset and guidance, it can be incredibly rewarding.
So there you go. There's an example there. I got a bunch of other examples, but what I'd like to do, I'll show more if you guys want. If you guys want to see more examples, we'll come back. Let me know in the chat if you want to say more examples, if you want to see more in the chat. One thing I do want to show you really quick is our drag and drop editor. So let's see if I got a page I can show you that on. Let's do, well, you know, I think I can do it here. So now that I'm logged in here, let me just show you. Just got to refresh really fast. We use a page editor called Beaver Builder. So this is a premium paid plugin that we buy and license for you, so you don't have to. We install it on your website, and it's a drag and drop, point and click editor. So let me give you an example here. We'll just click here real quick. It should load this back up in just a moment. Okay, I think I might have to turn off security, maybe my browser. Oh no, there we go. Okay, so now you can see this is a drag and drop editor. So I could literally drag this and move it, like, you know, just drag, drop, click. Also, I can click on it and come in here and edit it. So I could change this to blah, blah, blah. And if I wanted to, I could even change the color. Let's make it pink, hot pink. I can change the, I can center stuff. So we'll center that. I could change things into bullet points. So I could do, you know, bullet points. I could delete stuff, save, and then boom, the edit is there. Okay. The other thing I can do, so at any point I can edit the text, but I can also, if I click this plus, there's all kinds of page elements I can drag and drop into my page. So I could do, if you want to program an HTML, you can drop HTML in there. You can drop buttons, videos, images. In fact, we also have, this is an exclusive feature only in PushButton.AI, this AI image editor. So we can drag and drop that in here. And then what it's going to do is create an image. So let's make this an image about being healthy. Supplements that help with longevity. So let's say we want an image about these topics, and we just click save. And now the AI is literally going to make an image for us. I have no idea what it's going to make, so it'll be interesting to see. But it is busy doing that. We can see the spinning wheel, and it does take a moment. But it's actually creating an image for us and going to stick it right there into the page. And so this is an example of what can be done with this platform. And by the way, if at any point I don't like, there we go, there's our image, okay? So it just made that. The AI created that while we were sitting here waiting. Now I can click it and I can change the size, so it's really big. So let's say I want to make it smaller. We'll make it medium sized. Right? And there we go. And there it is here. Also, I can change it so that we can change the spacing, the coloring. On the style here, I can make it left aligned, or I can make it right aligned, and I can do anything I want. Now, let's say I messed this up badly and the whole thing is horrible. I can click done and drop all of my changes, which I'll show you in a minute. So you have a lot of stuff here. And you have icons and graphics, slideshows, testimonials. You can drop maps, call outs, subscription forms. All of these are different elements that we can drag and drop into our page and then edit anytime we want. And this is available on every website or every page across your whole site that is built in the PushButton AI system. Okay, so now let's say I've made a horrible mistake and I don't want my changes. I just click done, and you can see here, I can discard my changes, save them as a draft, or publish them. If I click publish, they're live on the web for the world to see. If I click discard, it's going to confirm I want to discard it. It's going to delete all of my changes and take it back to the way it was. There we go. So that's the drag and drop page editor, and that makes it really easy for making all kinds of pages, whether they're landing pages that you want to create, whether they're sales pages, blog posts, whatever they might be. At any moment, you can fire that up and create any page you want. All right, so Nick, did we have any other questions come up while I've been talking?
We had a few come up. Here, let's pull them up. All right, Brain Jam wants to know, can your AI agents read Telegram channels?
They cannot. No, they do not work with Telegram.
Got it. Chris wants to know, can you still only build one course per site?
Yes.
All right.
Now, there is a way to copy and paste course. You can build as many courses as you want. So the way our system works, you can build a course and it sits in there like I showed you over here. Let me just show you real quick. So if we go back to, where is it? Down here. So all of these are courses that I have generated, okay? From any course, we can launch a website, okay? Or we can go in and view the course or edit the course. So let's go edit this one. So this is an example of one of the courses that was generated. So I could simply copy and paste this anywhere I want. If I wanted to copy and paste this into a completely different website off of PushButton AI, I could. So you'll notice all 12 lessons are there just waiting to be copy and pasted anywhere you want. So if you want to put them on a second lesson or a third lesson, it's pretty simple to do. Take 5 minutes or less to do it, but it does take a little bit of manual effort to push that to your site. But you can also put it anywhere you want. If you want to copy and paste those to ClickFunnels or any of the other page building tools or membership site tools, all of it is just, it's just a copy and paste away. Next question.
Gymnastic Psychology wants to know, does this include a CRM?
It does. It's a basic CRM that includes, it's designed for email marketing, okay? It doesn't have like a phone system or a way to do text messaging, but it does have a fully featured email marketing platform, and you can go in and view all of your leads. You can flag them for your agent. If you have sales reps, they can go in, view the records, call the agents, make notes in the records. So it does not have a phone system built into it, though.
All right. Mark Bishop says, Bill, because he asked if you could make business proposals with PushButton. He says, Bill, I meant proposals to businesses where you can add graphics, etc.
That's a great idea. So we can add that to our feature requests, but it doesn't currently do that. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. This is a question for me from Craig. He says, Nick, would you please consider making a video on using new AI tools in Commission Engine? That's a good idea. I'll have to get the okay from Bill. But we'll talk about that behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, any of the AI tools you hear us talk about on the channel can be used with Promotion Engine. Like the NotebookLM tool, there are ways to use it in Promotion Engine, in too many businesses, in Commission Engine. You can use it over there. Also, I see a question. I think that's from Jamie. Do you see that one?
Yes, I do. She says, can you use this to create multiple businesses?
And the answer to that is yes. You can build as many of them as you want as part of this special offering that we're doing. Again, you need to go to the link, pushbutton.ai/letmein, join there, or call the number you see scrolling across the screen down below and talk to one of the agents. But join, and you can build as many as you want. The only limitation is you can only do one at a time, okay? One at a time. Other than that, you can build as many as you want. And that is included in what you're buying.
All right. Question from Caroline. She wants to know if push button sites can. Let's see. Here's her question. She says, "I have a weird question. Can adult items be a niche on her push button site?"
I mean, we wouldn't stop that, so it wouldn't violate our terms of use necessarily. Now, how do I want to say this? If there can't be any imagery that is not family friendly. So there is a line. So you can sell adult items, but there is a line in terms of what if it's pornography, I suppose is the clearest way to say it. Then that will be a no and would be removed from the network. But just because it is an adult toy oriented business, just that alone would not stop that wouldn't be against our policies. I hope that makes sense. But if it crosses the line, which there is a line where it becomes pornography, then that would be where we would remove it. Yeah.
Okay. Jamie wants to know, how does this compare to Go High Level?
Well, Go High Level doesn't do any of the things that you saw here, right? So Go High Level is it's like a CRM platform where you can manage all your customer relationships. And I know they have some page builders and stuff in there too, but there is no push button business building, period. Like what you just saw, how I can build a business in a couple of button clicks, it doesn't do any of that. So this is all exclusively for what we are doing here.
All right. Let's see. So here's what Karawa says. Do you have access to using AI in terms of doing your work?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
Yeah, me neither. If you want to rephrase it, we can address that. I think what they mean to ask is like, can you let the agents loose on your computer? Just let them do like your work for you.
You still have to oversee them. So it isn't where they're just running amok doing whatever they want. You have to definitely oversee them and think of them almost like employees that you have. So you do have to oversee what they're doing.
All right. This is from Ryan. He says, any additional learning materials available? ?
Oh, we have a ton of learning materials in the members area. So as you saw in here, let me go back. I'm going to go back here. Give me one moment. So all of these are training materials that you see. Depending upon what you buy exactly, you'll get access to different things. But your AI course builder getting started, lead capture getting started, AI profits, commission chain reaction, that is a very unique money-making strategy. And then under bonuses, you'll notice we have our traffic generation revealed training. And then, of course, you've got the training we deliver for everyone here every single Wednesday.
And if you want free training, we have a ton of training material on this YouTube channel if you want to learn how to make money with AI. So there's that.
All right, cool. Well, really quick, let me switch out the little thingy here. I'm going to go to, one second. we'll pop that on there. It's a little busy. They put them both. I'll take that one away. And I want to remind you, this is the time. So if you have been thinking about PushButton.AI, maybe you've been on some of our earlier promotions and you've been very curious about it, now is the time to reach out to us. We have our AI Agents special offer that we are making. I am reopening that now, and I can only promise it will be up for about 24 hours. I might extend it. We're going to see. I'm going to talk to the team and see how many people join today, but it'll be up for at least 24 hours, maybe as much as 72, but we have a window right now. So make sure you call. If it's something where you need a little bit of time, for example, you want to wait till Friday or something, or you need to wait till you get paid or your tax check comes or whatever it might be, call them and make arrangements for that. So they can make arrangements to hold your spot under certain circumstances. Also, they may have some payment plans available if you want to talk about those, but definitely reach out to the team. And if it goes to voicemail, that means they're all very busy talking to other people right now. Make sure you leave a message. That's really important. With that, I think what I'm going to do real quick is we're going to take a very quick commercial break, and then we're going to come right back. So let's do this. I'm going to pick, let's see. I'm looking for another demo to do. We'll do this one. All right. So quick commercial break. Actually, we'll do the presidents. So the presidents and Elon are going to do a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this very quick commercial message.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
The other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had PushButton.AI do all the work, didn't you?
That's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using PushButton.AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This PushButton.AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
Fighting to get myself back on air. So we're also doing a YouTube ad break. So I'm sure some of you are seeing YouTube ads. So we'll give a moment for that. And I think we're ready for more questions.
All right. So this is from Craig. Here's what he says. Bill, could you show the portal where all of the content created is accessed to work on and use in promoting our business?
That's what I've been showing. So I mean, maybe something about it isn't clear. I can try to show it again. Let's see here. So the first place is under apps. We can look at all of the things that I have built in the past. So these are example courses or websites that I have built. Okay. So and in here we can edit our course, view our course, create a website to launch a business with it, duplicate it and delete it. So that is one place where we manage things. And the other thing is once your website is built, you have a system like this, like you saw me do the drag and drop page editor, right? Now, if you're technically savvy, you actually have access to a full dashboard. So let's log in and show you that. So you have a WordPress, what's called WordPress admin access. So you can see there's a lot that you can do with your site and a lot of stuff installed on it. This is for those of you who are technical and you feel comfortable, doing this. One of the other things that is available to you, by the way, is we have a team who's on standby waiting to schedule Zoom calls with you about tech stuff. They're our webmaster support team. So let's say you want to learn how to make a new page on your website. You've never done it before. Maybe our instructions are not clear or you're not understanding how to do it. Well, they'll jump on Zoom and they'll show you how to use your admin dashboard here. So, and everyone who joins gets this. And there's over $8,000 worth of plugins and themes and extra stuff installed on your website for you that you can access here through your dashboard. And then, of course, you've got the drag and drop page editor. Anytime you want to edit an existing page, we just come over here and click that. And it's going to open up our page editor. There we go. So now the editor is active and we can edit anything we want on this page. So again, I can just click it. And change it to whatever I want. And again, I can drag and drop images. I can have AI create images for me. I can have AI create text and a bunch of other really useful tools that you can just drag, drop, point, click, and save. Okay. So now I don't want to save these. So I'm going to say discard. And there you go. So those are the two areas. So you have one area inside PushButton.AI that manages all of the things that you've built. And then separately, each website that is created has its own unique dashboard for you to manage all of your stuff. Okay, next question.
All right. This comes from Craig again. He says, is there a way to convert the AI text generated by PushButton into video content for promoting our business?
Well, we automatically create, as part of your bonus package, you'll see on the page when you go to pushbutton.ai/letmein, you'll notice that depending upon which level you join at, you can get videos already. Those are videos like the ones I showed you on screen. They're like lessons, video lessons. If you're trying to do marketing videos, that's a different topic. That's not necessarily included. But I can show you how to do that if you'd like me to show you how to make them.
All right. So this is from JNY Blue. Here's what they say. Do you have an actual list of what we're getting for the whole program?
Yeah, it's on that page. Yeah, go to that page. And if also too, I was assuming a lot of the people that would join me here had been on our recent webinars. So we've recently been doing webinars about PushButton.AI. And it goes way more in detail than we did today. So that could be the other thing. If you haven't seen the webinar, what I'd recommend is talk to the team. They'll get you set up with a demo. They'll get you set up if you want to attend one of our webinars and learn more about what's included. But today was kind of mostly for those of you who've been on the fence thinking about this offer and want to let you know that we had reopened it. Yeah.
Okay. Brain Gem says, can AI agents transcribe long videos? Is there a limit or size? Sorry, is there a limit on time or size?
Well, we don't do anything with transcription. Maybe you're talking about when you're building your course. Yeah, there currently is the limit is that you can do 10 links. So you can add 10 unique links. Because I think that's what you're talking about. Let me just confirm that. I'll show you in our builder here. So if I go here, we'll go to course builder. So down here, you mean like if you're going to add URLs? So you can, like here's an example of one of my videos. This is a 30-minute video. You can come over here and I could paste that in here. You'll know if it's good because watch, see the green check that just showed up there? That means that it was able to retrieve the transcript and that it is good to go. So that's how you know if it will accept the YouTube video. But I have not run into any issues with long videos. So there you go.
Cool. All right. This is from, Craig had a follow-up. He said, how to make a video from the AI-generated text.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we can add that to one of our future trainings. Absolutely.
All right. And this is from Stephen Smith. Here's what he says. You briefly mentioned drag and drop content to a membership community. How is the membership community managed?
So any kind of a membership that sells a course needs what's called a learning management system. And so we actually went out and bought a license to one, and then we install it on your website for you. And that's what manages the whole process. So there's a shopping cart that also we license and put on your site for you that manages the payments. And then you have your learning management system that manages to give access. So once someone pays, it then allows them to log in and access the materials. So it's controlled by the tools that we install on your website for you.
All right.
And that's part of the value when the agents are setting that stuff up. Like if you wanted to go install WordPress yourself, you'd have to go buy those plugins. You would then have to install the plugins, configure the plugins, and then start using them. And with PushButton.AI, our system we license them for you, we buy them for you, and the agents install them, configure them, set them up, and hand them to you. So that's one of the big benefits of using the PushButton Business Builder.
All right. And as of right now, we're all caught up. I don't know if we want to do a last call. Oh, I want to mention something. When I was showing you guys how to make content with NotebookLM at the very beginning of the stream, and we ran into a little bug. While Bill was doing his thing in the back office, I followed through with the prompts, and I created some content with NotebookLM. So if you want to, at some point before we end off today, I can show that off just so everyone, to reward the people who stuck to the end.
Let's just finish. We'll edit the video and push it to the channel. That's what we'll do for that.
Okay.
Let's stay on focus for what we're doing here. Cool. Then let's see. Looking for anything else. So one thing I do want to cover, so we are going to be wrapping up here in just a few minutes. And I want to let you know that this is it, right? So we've reopened. It is now available. You can now jump in. And if you have any questions that you need to get answered, you can dial that number that you see down below and chat with the team. So you can do that if you want to hold your spot, like while we're opened and have reopened. If you want to hold your spot in line, call them up, make arrangements. They'll take care of that for you. Maybe you need to discuss payment options. We do have some pay plans available, so you can call them up again, talk to them about that. Or if you just have questions, you have a few questions before you're ready to jump both feet into the PushButton.AI platform, call them up and ask them. They'll help you out as best you can. And then finally, if you want to, you can book a demo. So if you want to set up a time to join someone on Zoom, and they'll pull up the interface, and you guys can build a course together, and you can see interactively how it works, and chat with the rep at that time. You can book a demo. So to book a demo, you're going to want to go to PushButton.AI/demo. Pretty simple. PushButton.AI/demo to get your demo set up, and make sure you book this week though, because this special agents offering that we're doing is available now, not forever. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, we got a few more roll in. This is from Ed. He says, "Is the training step-by-step learning for those of us who are novices? I know that I wouldn't be ready for a great deal of sophistication."
Yes. So the training, our director of product named Jay, he's over our whole training and coaching area. He is taking great care, if you're just getting started, to break it down step by step. And I can show you here. Let me go in the members area and show you an example. Okay. So if you've never built a website before, you have no idea how any of this works, you don't know anything about AI, all you do is come in here and you'll see this AI course builder getting started. So click that. And here's a 6-lesson course that will break it down step by step from an intro to what PushButton AI is, and then how to use the tools step by step. Now, the other thing about this is that if you need help from the team, we have a whole variety of team members there to help you. We have our normal VIP support where you can reach out by email at any time to get questions answered, get help as you need it. And then if you're getting technical problems, you're trying to learn something technically isn't working right, our team members will join you on Zoom. They can share screens with you. They can even do the stuff for you. So like, let's say you're trying to figure out how to make a new page on the website that the system built for you. They'll open up Zoom. They'll even make the page for you if needed to help you through that. So any technical issue like that, we call it our Webmaster Services. That's available to all PushButton members. You just go in and you book your time slot and you show up and they will help you with anything technical in PushButton AI. So the training is step by step. And then on top of that, if you do decide to join, you'll see on the page, there's something called the Ultimate Program. The Ultimate Program comes with your very own coach, your very own consultant. It's kind of like the VIP plan. And you'll be assigned a dedicated expert. So this is actually a fellow entrepreneur who has proven to me that they built a successful business, generated some money with it. They know how to get traffic. They understand online business building, and they're good enough to be on our consultant team. So you'll be assigned a dedicated consultant who will work with you one-on-one. You can book a Zoom call with them once a week. You can also get chat support from them anytime. They're available via chat support. And all of that's available through our Ultimate Program. So there you go. For those of you who are new to this and you really need that step-by-step handheld approach, there are lots of options available for you.
All right. Final question. Oh, wait. Sorry, I accidentally skipped one. Not final question. This one's from Pro Se and Litigants. They say, may I create a second course and add it to one site?
You can. So it won't be quite as automated as the normal push button, but it takes maybe about 5 minutes, and you can make a course and copy and paste it over to your other site. And if you need help with that, our Webmaster Services team can help you with it. But yes, you can do that. That's the short answer. All right, cool. Well, then I also want to let you guys know, not only do I have my risk-free guarantee, it's not, well, actually, I got to be careful. I can't call it a guarantee. Legally, I'm not allowed to, right? Because I can't guarantee that you're going to make any specific amount of money. So I know there's a lot of people running around on the internet that are making crazy claims. They're going to tell you, oh, I guarantee you're going to make $20,000 a month. That's nonsense. It's impossible to guarantee any specific dollar amount. But here's what I can do. Instead, I just take the risk away. I make sure that you have zero financial risk. So I give you 6 months to use the platform, use our VIP support, use our Webmaster Services. If you've got a coach, work with your coach and get your business built and get it making profit. And anytime during that 6 months, if you've really done it, right, I expect you to actually do it. That means you do the course, you do our training, you get our help, you don't quit like with the slightest little, issue. As long as you're willing to work with my team and get through those like momentary, barriers and issues, then I'm going to just remove all the risk. And if you can't build a business that's generating profit, I'll just return your entire investment that you make today. So everything you invest today, whatever you spend to join the program, I'll give it all back to you. And I will give you $500 on top out of my pocket. That's to compensate you for the time, because you're going to invest a little bit of time setting this up, following our instructions, running your business. And I want to compensate you for that if we can't help you make a profitable business. Now, I do have to tell you, there is a catch. We do require every PushButton AI customer is required to give us testimonials only when you achieve something successful. And that means it could be a little win, a little success. It could be you've got your first ever business online and ready to take orders. That's a win. We want to hear about it. We want you to send that in writing to us as a success story. Make your first sale. Boom, there's another success story. So every little win along the way, we want to celebrate with you, and we want you to send them to us. If you're willing to do that, then I'm going to do the whole risk reversal. I'll take all the risk away. I'll let you into the early access program right now, and we'll help you build a profitable business. So that's how that all works. And then what I would like to do is take another very quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with our final round of questions. So ask us anything. We're going to open it up to any topic. I know I've been talking about PushButton.AI now for over an hour straight. So we're going to open it up to ask me anything. So anything I can do to help you as an entrepreneur, we're going to open that up now. And we'll take up those questions as soon as we get back. And let's see, which commercial will I play? We will play this one. I'll see you in just a moment. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. No, I have an AI tool that's a company called PushButton.AI that helps people build course businesses. It builds the whole business, bottom to top. It helps you do the research to pick the niche market, helps you figure out what topics you should write about, what your course should be about, what the lessons should be about. It outlines the lessons. It writes the whole thing. It creates your sales page. It creates your page to get leads to subscribe to your business. It even writes your email sequence. It does audiobooks, video trainings, and a whole lot more. You just answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it does it all. If you're interested in that, certainly you can book a demo to see it for yourself. You'll see with your own eyes. We're often running webinars and other trainings as well. So I'll drop links to either our webinar or our demos down below so you can check it out and see if it's something for you. But I found that most people get really overwhelmed and frustrated with the technical stuff. So that's why we created PushButton.AI. If you're looking for a tool, we'll just do it for you, and it'll just handle the technical stuff. So when it comes to like setting up your web hosting, registering a domain name, setting up your email marketing, we even include a complete, fully functional email marketing platform that you can log into and email all of your customers and subscribers. It's all included. And all of the tech setup is done by the AI. If you want that, then definitely schedule your demo. You can get a demo from us by going to PushButton.AI/demo. Now, at the time of recording this video, PushButton.AI is not publicly for sale, but if you book a demo, they'll show you the technology, and if it makes sense, if it's something that can really help you, they'll invite you into our early access program. But what they'll do first is show you the technology. They'll talk about what kind of a course you might want to make. They'll talk about your business plans. They'll help guide you on what the right choices are for creating your first course business. And then if it makes sense, if it's the right tool for you, they'll invite you into the early access program. But check out the demo. It's mind-blowing. Again, that's at PushButton.AI/demo. That's PushButton.AI/demo. There I am. Nick, I'll bring you on.
Hello.
Oh, we'll go back to this one. There we go.
All right.
All right. Well, with that, we are on the final round of open questions. So it's Ask Me Anything. And I want to remind you that if you haven't yet, like the video. So do you see the little thumbs up down there? Give it a tap. You know, make sure you turn that thing. I don't know what color it turns, but transform it into a like. That really helps the channel a lot. And then, of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, we do training like this every week. So today we've been focused a lot on PushButton.AI. Normally, we spend about an hour, maybe 2 hours on every single Wednesday, and we'll do 1 or 2 training segments where we'll teach you a strategy, either with a new AI tool or some existing tools, and we'll show you how to start, grow, and scale a business online. So if you want more content like that, you'll definitely want to subscribe to the channel. You'll see a red subscribe link down below. When you click the subscribe link, something that's very important because YouTube is weird. you can subscribe to a channel and then they still never tell you when we put out new content. So to make sure you get the notifications, there's a little bell icon. Tap it and tell YouTube you want notifications. That's the only way to make sure you get notified when we drop our trainings. And we do some pretty darn good training, I got to say. So producer Nick has got some mind-blowing strategies that he'll be sharing with you soon. So definitely subscribe and turn on your notifications. And with that, we'll get to our final round of Q&A.
All right. So this comes from Tammy. She says, if we've had PushButton for over 6 months and haven't used Webmaster to help us, is it still available?
Yes, it is available to everyone, every customer, whether it's 6 months or a year or however. By the way, thanks for being a customer for so long. I appreciate that. And I hope so far that we have been helpful to you in your journey. And it doesn't stop here. So yes, Webmaster support is available to you. You can reach out to support, just write an email to help@PushButton.AI. And usually what happens is while you're talking to our support team, if you're encountering a technical issue that they think they'll help, they can tag in Webmaster support. They'll send you a link to book a time, and you can book in their calendar. So just go reach out to them and tell them what you need, and they'll get you set up with your Webmaster support session.
All right. Jamie says, where's Bill's dad joke for Nick? Did I miss it?
Oh, I got completely distracted. Holy cow. How did we forget that? So for those of you who are new to the channel, we have a tradition, and we completely ruined it today. So here, I got to save us. So hold on. Let me just find it. You got to find it. Oh, it's in here somewhere. There it is. So for this, should I switch models?
Yeah, let's do it. Have you
Should
tried
I go to 4.0?
No, do 4.5.
4.5. Okay. So GPT 4.5. And so I'm using ChatGPT for this. So if it's a horrible joke, don't blame me. If it's good, you can, then of course I'll take full credit. Wait, what? That was a horrible joke. It doesn't even make sense.
One more retry. Then you
Okay,
have to
I'm
go
trying it again. I'm not impressed with ChatGPT 4.5, actually.
No, I like it.
Okay, this is kind of good. So I'll leave this one. So first, let's do another. Do we have another question from the audience? And I'll come back to that in a moment.
Okay. We do. We have a few.
Okay.
Claude wants to know about prices. He just says prices, question mark.
Yeah, if you haven't been on one of our webinars, you really should see like the whole full offer. And I would say what I would recommend if you want pricing is call the number on the screen or book a demo and chat with one of the team members. If you haven't seen our full offering of what's included and all of that, definitely get that full experience. Also, if you do go to the page, it's at pushbutton.ai/letmein. There's a big list of all the stuff you get. It probably won't make a lot of sense if you haven't watched our original webinar presentation, but you can see more info there. So I'd recommend calling, booking a demo, or go to pushbutton.ai/letmein. Now, I have a question for you, Nick.
Okay.
Why did the chicken go to the seance?
Why?
To get to the other side.
Oh, hey, that's good. What was that? Was that 4.0 or 4.5?
That was 4.5.
Okay, that was good. I like that.
Yeah, it's a little deep, right? Little. There's some layers to that one. So, audience, what do you dad joke score? So it's 0 means it's absolutely horrible. 10 means it's amazing. So, Nick, what's your score?
I'll say strong 8.7.
8.7. Wow, that's pretty good. 8.7. So I got one more for you before we wrap it up.
Okay, let's hear it.
Why did the calendar look nervous?
Why?
Because its days were numbered.
That's another good one. Not as strong as the first one, but that's good too. Let's say a strong 7, like a 7.
7. Okay, not too bad.
7.8.
Well, there we go. We saved the day when it comes to the dad jokes. So there you have it. Yeah, that is our tradition. I try to always squeeze at least one, usually many dad jokes into the show. And there, we got 2 in. So thanks for the reminder. I completely spaced out about that.
All right.
Anything else?
One more from Jamie. She says, how does this compare to Go High Level?
So Go High Level is a CRM system where it does have some page building features, but it is not a push button business builder. So they're 2 totally different things. So whereas this writes all the content, writes your sales letters, writes your emails, creates your products, like it does everything, makes a logo, helps you make your videos, your audios, sets up the hosting, gets your domain name. It like does all of this stuff for you. High Level does not do that. So it's like comparing apples to a cup of coffee. Coffee is just so much superior. What's next?
That's it.
All right. Fantastic. Well, I really appreciate everybody hanging out here. We still have quite a few people here after being here for an epic time. I have one final question for you, Nick.
Okay, one more.
Why did the pirate visit the eye doctor?
Why?
Because he couldn't stop saying, aye, aye.
No. I didn't like that one. That's pretty bad, actually. That's like a 3.
A 3. Okay. Well, I think our average score still works out okay. But yeah, you can tell. So 4.5 is trying to be creative. I can tell when I ask it stuff. So ChatGPT 4.5 is trying to like think out of the box and be creative, but sometimes it's just been awful. Very hit or miss.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, cool. Well, with that, I'm going to let everybody know it is time. Make sure that you either book your demo, call our agents on the number you see down below, or go jump into PushButton.AI, and that is PushButton.AI/letmein. Anything else we got to cover, Nick, before we wrap it up?
The video that I just dropped.
Oh, yes. We have a very important thing to cover. What's the topic about? We have a video we just dropped on the channel, and it's important. It's not a new shiny AI magical thing, but it is probably more important than that, probably more profitable than that, and much more powerful. So what's it about?
It's 7 steps to launching your dream business. You came up with it in the shower. It's still really great advice due to its despite its origins, but
advice from the shower. So yeah, can you drop that into the chat, Nick? Let's and everybody here, if you're still here watching, it would help us tremendously if you go watch that video to the very end. It's not a very long one. It's short for our channel. Watch it all the way to the end. Of course, drop a comment. That'll help us even more. Likes help as well. And we would be eternally grateful. It helps Nick out, helps him get a bigger bonus.
That it does, yeah.
So yeah, go over there. Make sure you watch it to the end. That gives us what's called watch time or video retention, which helps the channel a lot. And you're going to get some value out of it, I promise. And don't worry about it. I do tell you a story about being in the shower, but it'll all make sense when you watch the video. So go check that out, watch it to the end, and most importantly, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Is my shower story too weird? I don't know. Tell me in the comments over on that video. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. And did you drop it? There's the link. Fantastic. Then we should probably drop that when we end the live stream, Nick. You could drop that in the comments and along with our call to action links and in the description as well. So, all right, well then I'm going to play us out on another commercial. We're going to go with the success session. So everybody,
all right,
see you next time. Nick, thanks for your help.
course.
Bye for now. 25 years of building online businesses, I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. Whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call and you'll be able to join one of my experts, and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do, so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. It's a good fit. Awesome. We can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time. No, I have an AI tool that's a company called PushButton.AI that helps people build course businesses. It builds the whole business, bottom to top. It helps you do the research to pick the niche market, helps you figure out what topics you should write about, what your course should be about, what the lessons should be about. It outlines the lessons. It writes the whole thing. It creates your sales page. It creates your page to get leads to subscribe to your business. It even writes your email sequence. It does audiobooks, video trainings, and a whole lot more. You just answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it does it all. if you're interested in that, certainly you can book a demo to see it for yourself. You'll see with your own eyes. We're often running webinars and other trainings as well. So I'll drop links to either our webinar or our demos down below so you can check it out and see if it's something for you. But I found that most people get really overwhelmed and frustrated with the technical stuff. So that's why we created PushButton.AI. If you're looking for a tool, we'll just do it for you and it'll just handle the technical stuff. So when it comes to like setting up your web hosting, registering a domain name, setting up your email marketing, we even include a complete, fully functional email marketing platform that you can log into and email all of your customers and subscribers. It's all included. And all of the tech setup is done by the AI. If you want that, then definitely schedule your demo. You can get a demo from us by going to PushButton.AI/demo. Now, at the time of recording this video, PushButton.AI is not publicly for sale, but if you book a demo, they'll show you the technology, and if it makes sense, if it's something that can really help you, they'll invite you into our early access program. But what they'll do first is show you the technology. They'll talk about what kind of a course you might want to make. They'll talk about your business plans. They'll help guide you on what the right choices are for creating your first course business. And then if it makes sense, if it's the right tool for you, they'll invite you into the early access program. But check out the demo. It's mind-blowing. Again, that's at PushButton.AI/demo. That's PushButton.AI/demo. Bye, everyone. Go check out that video. Nick linked to it in the chat. So if you're still here, go watch it. It's short. It's like 12 minutes. Go check it out. Watch it to the end and let me know what you think about it. And with that, we're out of here. Bye for now.